welcome to our breakout session for BitsBox. We'll go ahead and start a little early, and the people that are joining right on time will just miss the brief intro. So again, BitsBox is a subscription service that lets people subscribe to a coding activity every month. And inside the box they send you is a little book, a story thing, and as well as a special code to be able to program said app or character. What we're going to do is we're going to use the secret behind the scenes forever free resource that they designed for Hour of Code. The apps are already preloaded to add an app. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So you can run this program virtually, and it's pretty simple to do, and it's a lot of fun. So everyone goes to that site that I posted in chat. This is creation site. Go ahead and go there, and you should see my screen. I'm going to post another link. The second link I just posted in chat is the resource guide. So if you were running this and you needed a tutorial or something like that, or I bored you too much and you'd rather read, that's the link for the simple getting help guide. So there's this little PDF here that you can then click on and hit download. And then this is the robot, or the app code in order for the app to load. And then it gives you some challenges, like can you change 2 lines to make the robot do something else? And I'll show you what all that means in a moment. A couple other little activities here, another activity here. Then there's a special, very well hidden link. I'm going to give you here, Yak Attack. For those that want to challenge themselves more, the Yak Attack is a very fully functional app you can build. It's a pretty cool game you can create out of it. I know the PDF renders a little funny if you're looking at it on your computer because some of the pages are rotated. So here's a special link where I fixed that problem, but that link is only valid for like 14 days and then it disappears. So I figure I'll give you both resources today. Feel free to use the small PDF page because then you'll be brought to a PDF that lets you view it. Let me close that out. So here's the Yak Attack one. And so again, it gives you a lesson overview of what activity and then how long each activity is going to take. And some fun little question and answer sessions as well. And again, these are things you can do remotely. It's very simple. You email out these instructions to everybody and you say, we're going to build apps today. So how do we get started? So hopefully everyone is at the website I have listed here. For the person that just joined, I wish I can show you chat history. So apologies if the chat gets confusing. Creation site. Go ahead and click on that link. So everyone should be here. To start building something, all we're going to do is hit the little plus sign down here to create an app. And again, go to this website in my browser and you should see this page. If you need help, just chat in the chat box. So click plus new app. And what activity do we want to do? So if we had a code, we can type in that code where it says build a numbered app. But for now, we're going to use the ones that are already here. So we're going to do dance in hall. And it tells us what the code is to make this robot appear. So it says R equals, you can actually copy and paste. We'll do that. And then I hit play. So ta-da, now my robot appears. Now for my next line of code, it suggests me typing in this. And then I hit play. Now click on the robot. So now he dances. So now, very simply, we've already made a very simple app. But then you might go, well, Brian, how do I get a different robot? So this is when we start to learn about variables. So in my code or in my command, I have this, I'm saying load a stamp called robot5. What other stamps are there? The far right next to the word BitsBox are these 2 pieces of paper next to each other. If you click on it, it gives you a list of other stamps or other things you can load up. So let's just search for robots for giggles. And I have a whole bunch of different little robots. So if I wanted this little robot, the code word is robot2. So change robot 5 to robot 2, hit play, and now a different one shows up. So now we start learning that we can tweak pieces of code to make our characters do different things. And all these commands, again, you can pull up by clicking these two little boxes. So fills, colors, sounds, commands. So we have dance, we have explode. So let's try a different one. Let's do dash.explode. So explode. Oh, there's an error. What do we do? Let's find out. Okay. Oh, maybe we can't use that one. So let's go back. I think you can do sing. And so if you did type in sing, it plays a noise. And again, if we want to try to, if we use the guide to complete these things. Oh yeah, spelling does matter. Thank you for that. Let's try. I did it wrong twice. This is embarrassing. There we go. Thanks, Chris. See, look at that. Now we're all programmers. And then again, if you wanted to use that resource guide, I believe it's here. And so it says pop, splash, and explode as other things we can substitute for the word dance. All right. So what was the other option we said? Splash. So I'm going to type in splash and hit play. So now we built a very simple little app. Click on the home button and we can go back. To delete apps that we create, like on an iPad, you click and hold until they start dancing with a little red X, and then you can click the red X and remove. So to bring this together, let's go ahead and build another app, and let's do Red Racer. So fill parking lot, so I'm filling with a parking lot background. But let's say you wanted to change it to something different. We use these two little boxes in the top right. It's called a fill, and let's do abduction. So there's our code. Oops, I'm not a very good speller, obviously. Now I have a little alien ship. Type in the size, speed, my stamp, and now I'm going to put in a function for it to drive on its own or to move it around. So there's my function, hit play. So now I've created a game where I can move my car. So the way they've designed BitsBox is if you learn this code, in theory, you'll be able to code your own apps on Objective-C, which is what's for iOS devices. But this at least gets you to understand that you have things preloaded, and it does the preloaded variables for you. So the word abduction, they already have as a defined background image, if that makes sense. Or we can say, hey, I like that robot we used before. And he's back. So that's BitsBox. Very simple, very quick and easy to show people how it works, and then letting people go wild and play on their own. So now that you know how to do all these things, let's go ahead and use one of the secret hidden apps where we need to type in a code. So if you reference the Yak Attack game, the code for Yak Attack is 3950. So type in 3950, and now we can play the Yak Attack game and building it. And so reference, I'm going to let you all do things on your own. Reference the PDF I've shared and use the one that where you have to download the PDF file because I fixed all the pages. But that's how you can get things to work. So I'll let you all play. If you would like assistance, just feel free to chat. And we go from there. This is a very simple, relaxing post-lunch activity where you don't have to overstress yourself on it. It's something goofy and fun to build some simple little apps. What's really neat is if you built something, let me go back to my home, go to my race car, there's this little share icon in the top right. I can copy this link, and for those that are creating their own game and they want to share it, it's 39504. Okay. So this is where the app gamification part comes in. So after I build it, I have a simple little code or a simple URL that now I can then share. So, and then you can, so if you put that link on your phone, you can play it as a game. And again, to get that special sharing link, it's the icon in the top right, just to the left of the hamburger menu, and you would just hit copy the link. Or if you had your smartphone, you can scan that QR code and play the game you've created on your phone. If you wanted to get more technical, what you could do is create a shortcut or a bookmark on your iOS device or your Android device that when you click on it, it loads it up as a game. And so that is BitsBox. So I'll let you all run wild with it, play, share what you built if you wanted, and what you're tinkering with. And there's a lot of other activities. If you didn't want to do the Yak Attack ones, there's So Long Homework, Blockcraft. And again, just follow the steps through and you'll be okay. For those that are just joining, if you go to bitsbox.com/hoc2016.html, I'll post it here in the chat creation site. That's how you can get started playing around. And then it gives you the hints of things to kind of tweak and build on your own. So again, let everyone go wild. And I'll repeat this conversation at probably like 9:40 when the groups switch. And share what you create. And for those that have joined late and missed anything, feel free to chat in the box if you need help, and I can either message you or repeat it if there's a couple people that have missed the introductions. But again, to create an app, you just hit the little plus sign, choose one of these options, or if you would like, do the Yak Attack because the code is 3950. The code for the Yak Attack, 39550, and the resource link to do that, I'm pasting my converted PDF for you, is there. And that would give you the directions and things like that to do them. Is this possible on the web browser or mobile device? I believe editing is only possible on a desktop. I will test. Yeah, I don't believe you can create the apps on your mobile device. Build apps now. Yeah, no. You can tell your phone to use the desktop view, and that might work on yours. Another question was, is there a guide for the different codes you could use when making your own apps? For instance, I knew how to change the background color and adding a dancing bear, but I was wondering about functions. There is. So obviously they want you to buy the subscription boxes, because when you buy the subscription box, they give you a new code, and that code loads a different set of activities. But behind the scenes, they all work the same. So if you click on next to where it says BitsBox on the far right, there's two pieces of paper over each other. You click on it, and they're called commands. And so you can click on a command, and it'll tell you what that variable means, how to set it up, and how to make it work. So that one takes a little bit more learning, because there's not going to be a guide that tells you do this to make it do exactly this. It'll be more of a research type project where you're like, okay, I have this vision. Looking at these commands, you click and choose. But yeah, the little piece of papers on top of each other are your godsend. See if I can merge some of them together for giggles. Okay, that's what we got to do. R.tab. But as you see, if you do something programmatically incorrect, it at least guides you and gives you some hints of what you can try differently, which is pretty cool. There we go. So now when I click on him, he will also dance a little, because I made the C variable that way. Kathy, do you want to share what you created? And again, if you wanted to share what you made, there's a little share icon on the top right. You click on that, and then there's a copy link button. Awesome. Let's check it out. All right, so here's what someone made. Let's hit play. Oh, that's awesome. Well done, Kathy. Fantastic. So feel free, if you had your fill of creating an app and sharing it, feel free to hop over to Diana's activity of making a hat. And if you want to keep playing here, feel free. Can you add your own pictures? I don't know. Let's find out. It'll be under stamp. See, there's like an upload option at the bottom. It doesn't look like you can. You have to use what's already in the system. Can you change the app's icon? I don't believe you can. No, you can't, because I believe the part of giving that code links to the image of that app that you're building. So you can't change the icon, at least from what I understand. Oh, wait, this code creates your own icon. I lied, figured it out. So let's do stamp, we'll do robot 3. So yeah, there we go. So what I did was I clicked on the icon next to the word, and now I've changed it. Ta-da! Look at that. We asked a question, we solved it together. Working in a car being chased by a bulldozer, but my rag is affecting the dozer instead of the car. Let's see. Oh, so what we probably want to do is, so right now you've, no, that's, so we don't want the car to move as well. Or what we could do is add space between them. So can I edit you? I'm gonna go to mine. Cool. So since we're moving to, or if you move faster, it'll struggle keeping up. It seems to be working fine. Because you're gonna, if you move your bulldozer fast enough, the car will struggle keeping up because it's told to move slower. But I think what we want to do is change the placement of it so they're not on top of each other at the start. Which I'm not positive how to do, so let's look it up. Commands. Okay. Somebody figured out how to upload pictures too. There's an add button on the top left of the stamp menu. Oh, yeah, right there, add. We got to create an account though. Good find, Richard. So let's do, so going back to the coordinates, and okay, so let's try it. Nope, that doesn't do it. I guess keep playing until something clicks is how usually I function and try to solve things. Everyone. No yaks here. Let's see what someone built. Someone made a baseball character. Someone mentions, Chris, maybe if you swap the dozer and car, so the car is the one right above the drag function as a suggestion. All right. No stamps automatically appear in the middle of the screen. How do we lower them? Yeah, that's one of the things we're trying to solve for this example I'm displaying right now, where we can have the bulldozer slightly in front of the car, so when we start moving it, it doesn't look like they're on top of each other. That's what I want. Let me tinker here. Okay. So right now, if everyone wants to work together solving it, what we're trying to solve is tell the car to start in a different location when compared to the bulldozer. And it looks like from what we have in terms of commands, oops, it's probably something like coordinates or what else do we got? Aim, back, change, explode, hidden. Oh, dot x dash. Let's see. There we go. To change its location, it looks like we have this. Let's try it for giggles. All right. So the code is, I don't know why I did that twice. So now all we got to do is tell it to where to move. I'll post that in the chat for you, Chris. So we just want that, actually. We just want that, this section. So then to duplicate, we will do D. Oh, it's really off the screen. Yeah, we got that. All right, some more people are joining. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the introduction for everybody. For those that are still playing, continue having fun, and we'll go from there. There we go. That works a little bit better. What type of code? So it's supposed to emulate like Objective-C, which is the language for building an iOS app. Granted, like the word parking lot isn't going to be a predefined variable inside of building an iOS program, but you can build similar things by setting your variable table and having all these stamps, pictures, images already predefined. So you could, in theory, use the same framework. All right, let me go home. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then I'll recap. So for those that have just joined, right now people are playing with the code, building their own apps. If you would like to get started, the resource or the creation site is here. I'll paste it in the chat. And there's two resources I'll share with you. The first resource is this one. If you wanted to do a self-guided hour of code, all you would have to do is direct people to go to this website that I shared as a resource guide, click download PDF, and then you have your cute little PDF for building 3 different games or 3 different apps, actually 4, with the codes on the right or on the top, and they tell you, different things you can build. Okay, so that's your resource guide. Also on the same page is if you wanted to kind of blend biology and coding, math and coding, and things of that nature together. They give you the step-by-step lesson packet to do so, which is pretty cool, and it's all for free, which is amazing. The idea of BitsBox is they obviously want you to buy a subscription. So every month you get like a new programming activity. It's $17-ish a month. So you get a box, you get some cards, you get a programming book of different activities and games you can build. And those programming books look sort of like this. Yeah. So let me go to, so if you download that PDF, you will see this page. So this is what that PDF looks like. But it gives you directions in each activity. It tells you how long it's going to take, what you need to do, how you're going to do it. But that's how BitsBox works. It's simple and quick to do. To build your own app, all you have to do is the little plus sign, choose what we're going to build. So let's build this dancing robot. It tells you the code. Let me delete these actually. And to delete things on your app, all you have to do is hold the icon down with your mouse until they start dancing, and then you can hit the little red X and they disappear. To add an app, you click the plus sign, you choose which activity you want to do, and then it tells you the code to type in. Then you hit play, tells you the code again, hit play. So now when I click on the robot, it dances. So part of the activity, you can tell people, hey, instead of this robot, what other characters can you create? There's a library of them. You can hit these 2 little picture icons next to, or these 2 little pieces of paper next to each other, next to the word BitsBox in the top right. And here's your list of stamps you can use. So let's type in robot. And if I wanted, this robot, the code is robot 3. And type in robot 3, hit play. So now he dances. If you're watching chat, a few people have posted some creations that they made. So to share a creation that you've created with BitsBox, at the top right corner is this little share icon. You click on it and you get a copied link. And then Chris found out that the speed number is misleading. The higher the number, the slower the movement. Good find, Chris. Let's see Chris's finished app. So there's his bulldozer, which is being chased by the car. Somebody else sent the link. So Renee's help fire, raining fire. And you can click on the character and it dances. And then Renee also shared the code that they used. Going back, this is pretty cool. Well done. So going back, so the Yak Attack game, to load it, you have to type in a special code. That special code is on that PDF, but if you need the code again, code for Yak, 3950. So you would type in 3950 and your Yak game loads up. A few of the questions that came in at the beginning or at the end of our first half of the session was, can I change this icon? Yes, you can. You click on the icon and you can choose, change it. Oops. Save icon. And so now I've changed my icon to a different character. Another question that came up was, can I upload my own images? Yes, you can. You click this little symbol again. Make sure your search is clear. I'm going to go back a few times. And then when you hit the, you can hit add. You do need to create an account to build your own stamps though. But with this toolbar here, you can change backgrounds, you can change colors, you can add sounds, songs, and even commands to make it do something different, which in our example of the race car, let me go to that. So here's us building a parking lot. If I didn't want a parking lot as a background, I wanted something different, I can again leverage that stamp repository. And now I can have that instead. It gives me some more commands to add to my script and a function, so an interaction piece. Hit play. Now I can have my car, go up into the spaceship. And again, if you wanted to share these things, when you get that shareable link, if you send it to someone on their like iPhone or Android phone, it'll play like an actual game. And that, my friends, is BitsBox. And at the bottom right is an example of what you get when you sign up for their subscription. It's a very cool company. Thanks for joining, everybody. I'll hang out in this room for the next 10 minutes, but then we'll head over back into the main room. And if you need the Makerpalooza link, the main room link you probably have in your email, but in case you need to re-register or something along those lines, that's the website. So again, thanks again for joining this breakout session. I'm glad you had fun. Feel free to use these tools and run your own virtual Makerpalooza for your patrons. And again, this is a $0 activity. Thanks, Diane. Thanks, Marcia.